My name is Secretary Gavion Alandris. The following is an excerpt from Emissary Gaz Nama Tapor Ulente Cyrus, 4th iteration, recorded during negotiations between the Summit Council and the logocracy of Wei Kang. Dawn emerges in the west over the last city, the copper-stained ancient sun dully piercing the polluted gloom. This rare event occurs only twice in a physical cycle span, growing in intensity for several weeks before ascending into the sky, where it will hang for quats, cooking the planet before leaving the surface to broil in a cycle-long darkness. As such, the dawn is a time of reverence for the Proteans, who pause before their work shifts to glimpse their parent star through the haze of plaque-yellow skies before hurrying into the depths of these subterranean labyrinths that shield them. The last city itself is a nexus of contradiction, with the wealthiest basking in the proximity of the market, while decrepit legions of indentured serve in run-off, choked alleys. This is the very core of the Hegemon of 1,000 empires. It is a place of inconspicuous juxtaposition as its foundations intertwine millennia-spanning architecture, from asteroidal marble to bleeding-edge new steel ansible arrays. Byzantine domes and intricate mosaics are stitched to the skeletal remains of bygone civilizations, meticulously preserved as reminders of old humanity's hubris and the brink of annihilation it once faced before new mankind rescued all with the embrace of avarice. The last city defies the depreciation of time and stands resolute against the planet's unforgiving landscape, where raging convection hurricanes collide with radiation-soaked dust storms. Ecological disaster has struck the planet throughout its long history, one that modern Proteans forcibly forget. The sins of the past have been inherited by the present generation, and they have no need to forgive, nor question why such clear atrocities were allowed to befall their homeworld. The last city's architects have no designs to expand, only survive. As such, every available surface of the metropolis is dressed and festooned with the wealth of an interplanetary empire. Every perceivable luxury is hauled from across thousands of worlds and fashioned by billions of hands to grace the darkest service corridor and the grandest estate chamber. Despite its opulence, the planet's remaining government, the Minarchy, abstains from revitalizing the planet's ravaged ecosystem or reconstructing the shattered remnants of what was once a sprawling ecumenopolis, a testament to their desire to erase the memory of those who came before as much as the embodiment of fiscal responsibility. The suffering outer wilderness serves to remind Proteans what is at stake should they falter. The purpose of the last city is singular: to fulfill the eternal task of maintaining, servicing, and providing for the market. Surrounded by an artificial mountain range of megastructures, the market dwarfs them all and is the single largest planetary structure in the Hegemon made by human hands. Within its continental mass are kilometers of logicors, shackled artilects by the hundreds and untold millions who work every second of every day to quantify, calculate, and discern the value of all that is and the desire of all who are. Every citizen of the last city is tasked with laboring in its monumental infrastructure and catering to the insatiable demands of the dawn traders who work within their own inner chambers, which they never leave. Every conceivable product and commodity is considered within the market and must constantly be monitored, for it is in these halls that the species' destiny is pursued. Surrounding the market are the lower levels known as the depths. The depths are lost to the eye, shrouded in a permanent, thick, choking fog, a byproduct of unchecked industrial activity and the city's reliance on archaic energy sources. It is a constant reminder of the environmental degradation that has been accepted as the price of profit. Every Protean would have the compounded wealth of any baron or even magnate on another world, and they proudly wear the ravages of poison across their bodies, even as they purchase exorbitant tinctures and nanoid and organoid replacements to repair their poisoned bodies. Proteans themselves are gifted with long life, certainly the most longevous in the Hegemon, with much of the planet's population living well past a fiscal century. High above the city is the District Apexia, a handful of star-scrapers reserved for visiting dignitaries, and the offices of the Summit Council itself, which are tasked with the running of the Hegemon. While the weather systems become almost paradisal and the soot and granular toxicity of the city below are absent, this is not aggrandizement or preference. It is, instead, a vital segregation between those who govern and the true power of the market below. None who serve the summit will ever be allowed to visit the market, a tradition begun by Dumnowalos, the creator of both. Beyond the last city, the only other signs of activity are raging dust storms, listening posts, and various airships packed with consumers from all over the Hegemon, who have happily spent their life savings for a chance to live the rest of their fiscal cycles aboard pleasure aircraft which endlessly peruse the Protean atmosphere. Proteans are all too happy to live and die upon the world that manifests their ideals, and they are regarded as the fortunate few. Pride swells in the hearts of Proteans as they suffer the same air that Dumnowalos was sired upon. What pain there is a choice, and there can be no misery amidst that most important of rights. After all, no Protean or citizen of the Hegemon is forced into terms they do not agree to, and they only suffer the consequences of failure in those agreements. In the light of the dawn, the people of Protea are empowered in their resolve and reminded that a world, a star, a universe can be broken by mankind's desire alone.